Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss very important topic of GS2 which is polity, and the title of today's topic is that why date of Mizoram election got changed, and here we are talking about the counting date. So before moving to the points of discussion, we already know that yesterday was Super Sunday for the current ruling political party which is BJP, which has won the 3 states, namely the Hindi state, which are the Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, and in Telangana we have Congress. So, but being an UPSC aspirant, we should not focus on that which election is going to win by which political party. We should take care of the nitties-gritties of the election and what can come to our examination. So here we will come to the constitutional aspect and static aspect of the Election Commission of India, and what is the model code of conduct and other factors related to the election of this country. So moving to the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss the news, and then we are going to discuss about a brief intro of Election Commission of India, then how EC decide the poll schedule, why did AC change the counting date of Mizoram, what are the precedences related to it, and practice question for prelims and mains. So moving to the news part. So earlier the date of election counting date was scheduled for December 3, and for the Mizoram also, and last day we have seen that 4 states had got their results, but it got changed to the Monday, and why it got changed to the Monday we'll discuss in further slide. But Election Commission of India has this kind of authority that they can change the polling schedule and also the counting date for the further reasons. So that's why this thing has been changed. So this news we are going to cover. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about ECI. So what is Election Commission of India? So it is an autonomous constitutional authority. So here you have to be very careful that is it constitutional authority or not, but it is a constitutional authority and election, and in constitution we have provisions related to the election, and it was established on 25th January 1950, and 25th January is also marked as a National Voters Day. So this thing should be very careful, because in various state examination they can be questioned related to when the National Voters Day is going to be celebrated, and nowadays in UPSC examination maybe the factual question like this can come. And under part 15 of the Constitution, Article 324 to 329 deals with the election of the India, and in Article 324 it has been written that Election Commission has right to supervise the elections of various states, legislative assembly and also the Lok Sabha election. So here you have to be very careful that it only deals with the state legislative assemblies and also with the Lok Sabha election. It does not deal with the Gram Sabha Chunav or local Panchayat Chunav. It is dealt by the State Election Commission. So here there is a basic difference between Election Commission of India and State Election Commission. And presently we have Chief Election Commission along with the 2 other Election Commission, and who appoints them? So President of India has authority to appoint them. So in Constitution we don't have such things that how much election commissioner should be there in any election commission. It depends upon the President, that with time to time they have right to decide that how much election commissioners are required for it. So this is the brief about Election Commission of India. So in the comment section you have to answer that who is the Chief Election Commission of India. So moving to the next slide, which is about how EC decide the poll schedule. So under section 14 and 15 of the Representation of People Act, which is RP Act 1951, the Election Commission has authority to decide the polling schedule and when it is going to be held, when it is going to end, and when the counting date will be established. So they have right to do under section 14 and 15. And while deciding the election date, polling schedule and the counting date, they have to look for the various other factors, like they have to migrate forces from this place to that place. They have to also look for the social conditioning of that state, the social engagement and other factors. So all these things should be taken care of by the Election Commission of India, and that's why accordingly they decide the polling dates, and that there should be no major festival on particular date. So they have to take care of all these things. So these are the process to decide the poll schedule and also the counting schedule. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about why did EC change the counting date? So we already know that earlier the date was decided yesterday, and it was supposed that Mizoram will also see its result on Sunday only. But Sunday has a special significance in the life of Mizo people, and Mizoram has the most of its population which follows the Christianity, and they follows the Christianity or missionary services on the Sunday. So that's why they usually visit church and they do various church services on Sunday. So that's why it has been shifted to the Monday, and so many people also demanded that polling day and the counting day should not be held on the Sunday, because they had a special significance on the day-to-day life, and due to the social significance this date has been changed. So this was the reason, and you may wonder that for the simple reason they can also change. Yes, they can change for the simple reason also, because the social life of the people are very much important, and being in democratic country we have to take care of such factors. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about precedence related. So do we have precedences related to it? Yes, in 2013 we have such kind of precedences in Mizoram only, and on that year also we have seen that the polling day was decided on the Sunday. So it was asked that it should be shifted to other day, and it has been shifted to other day. And this year we have also seen that earlier Rajasthan day, there was an election in Rajasthan by 23 of November, but it has been shifted to 25th of November because so many wedding days and other social engagement was on 23rd of November. So that's why we have shifted this date to 25th of the November. So Election Commission of India has right to do so, and we have seen such evidences in the past also, and in future we can also see the evidences. So these are the evidences we have. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about practice question for prelims, and this question is related to the model conduct of India, and the first statement is it mandates Article 324 of the Constitution. So you must know what is Article 324 of the Constitution. And the second statement is it became operational from the first polling day of the election. So when it comes to the model code of conduct, you should know that on which day it became operational, on which day it ends. So this nitty-gritty you should be know. And then coming to the third statement, which is it is authorized by Election Commission of India, and here they are asking the correct statement. So you have to be very careful that what is the instruction of the question. So kindly answer in the comment section. Moving to the mains question. The mains question is discuss the role of Election Commission of India in the light of evolution of model code of conduct. And this is the PYQ. It means that this has been already asked in 2022, which is recently it has been asked. So here the question is about model code of conduct and Election Commission of India, but the main focus is on model code of conduct. So what you have to do that in intro part you have to describe or you have to introduce this term model code of conduct. So coming to that, in the Constitution, do we have this kind of provision that model code of conduct? So this term has been not used in the Constitution, but Article 324 says that it is advised through the Election Commission of India to conduct free and fair of the election. So in order to conduct free and fair election, it is conventionally decided that model code of conduct should be there in order to conduct free and fair election. And it has been first implemented in Kerala election, which is in 1960, and throughout that time it has been implemented, and we have seen various amendments and changes, and currently we have 8 rules related to the model code of conduct, and we have a separate rule for the constituency, political parties, political leaders, and it tries that there should be balance between the current ruling party, also the opposition party, and also the parties who are contesting the election, because we are a democratic country. We should not discriminate against the party who is ruling in nature. So that's why this model code of conduct has been designed. Coming to that, discuss the role of Election Commission of India, because it has been authorized by the Election Commission of India. So how it can ensure the model code of conduct, and also what is the purpose of ensuring model code of conduct. So the first purpose, we already know that for free and fair election, to avoid the malpractices, less use of election machineries, and to strengthen our electoral system and also the democratic setup of this country. So by these way, model code of conduct can be authorized by the Election Commission of India. However, there are certain challenges we have related to the model code of conduct. And what are the challenges we have? The first challenge is that it lacks the legal and statutory backing. So the first point is that legal backing should be there and statutory backing should be there. Also, mere regulating or mere giving warning to any political leader or any political party is not enough to conduct free and fair election in this country, because we are a vast country and we have seen that there are various malpractices. So many corruptions are happening in the name of election, in the name of various political parties. So that's why we have to be very careful, and strict punishment should be implemented. So there should be the regulation of the moral code of conduct, and it should be changed within the time, because today we are in the digital world and so many things changes according to the digital world. So there should be the regulation accordingly. So these are the challenges we have. At the end, you can write conclusion like this, that despite of having challenges, moral code of conduct is proving very instrumental for the maintenance of democracy and electoral system of this country. And India being a vast country who has a largest number of population, despite of having such, we can see a successful conduction of various election. So this shows that we are becoming a good democracy and we are also strengthening our electoral system. But we should be also take care of other challenges related to the Election Commission of India and also the model code of conduct in order to conduct free and fair election of this country. So that's it for today's lecture. I hope you like this lecture. If you have any question to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.